From the outside, it must look absolutely crazy, right?
ESports, or competitive online multiplayer video games, have become big business. The owners of one of the dominant competitions turned over $1 billion last year alone, and part of that is driven by spectators, not just players.
What we're talking about is professional, competitive video gaming. Players who play 10 or 12 hours a day to become the best of the world. Over 50,000 people are going to come and watch them here this weekend at the Spodek Arena, and there's a predicted audience who are going to watch online of over 20 million people.
First of all, explain how you can make a profession out of this. How do they actually get paid?
So, OK, obviously there are different prize pots for different games and they vary in size. So next weekend is the Call of Duty World Championships. The prize pot for that is $1 million. So the top team will take away 400,000.
Maybe I could get interested.
That's more interesting. Now you're interested, right? So there's a lot of money to be had.
Professional sports.
Do you think video games are a sport? I was about to ask that.
I mean, you know where I stand. A lot of people know I stand where with the athletes as professional athletes, and I'll debate that with anybody.
Describe the game for me, since I have never played it.
Well, League of Legends is 5 people versus 5 people, 2 teams. Each person has a base, and whichever team destroys the base first wins.
I think it's definitely going to be something that's getting more and more prevalent in the coming future, I guess. I think a lot more kids are spending time playing computer games as opposed to, playing football and whatever your mates are. I think a lot now, it's pretty social now as well, isn't it, gaming? Like, you can just talk to your mates over your mic. It's kind of a similar thing, but obviously quite different. And I think it's probably going to, only increase as time goes on.
Would you say that they're actual athletes, or would you?
No, personally I wouldn't at all. Obviously, you can see similarities. They obviously spend a lot of time honing their skills, but personally I probably wouldn't see it. I wouldn't describe them as athletes. Very talented people, but not athletes, personally.
Well, from my point of view, there is a certain element of training and conditioning and a certain mindset that goes along with professional gaming, because I've played a lot of these games myself and I am nowhere near a professional. It's hard. It is genuinely challenging. That said, I wouldn't put them in the same category as athletes. The amount of training and just sheer willpower to become an athlete is a lot greater, in my humble opinion.
Well, I do think it's a real thing, that people should be allowed to do it, and that it is, you need skill to do it.
Well, I don't know what they call us as athletes, mate, but I guess if you can make a living out of it, it's fair enough. But I always thought sports were fundamentally some of the way you ran and sweated. You at least sweated, right? I mean, to me, if you don't sweat, it ain't sport, is it? Although I haven't said that. Years ago, there was a woman called Lady Docker who was a bit of an eccentric aristocrat, and she organized the World Marbles Championship, called Sport. Actually, it was on. There used to be a program in the 50s and 60s called Sports View. When she was on, they'd being interviewed. So it's always been a bit of an elastic definition, but, I still say no sweat, no sport.
Fans going crazy in the crowd. Excited for this game number 1 to get underway between the Canids and the Direwolves. Provo looking to lock them down. BRTG is going crazy as King's going to be shot up. They are flying and everybody's dying. That's going to be GG for the hometown boys. Red Canids win the first game of MSI 2017.
My name's Stephen Dillon. I'm 26. I study game design and production at technically Plymouth Uni. I kind of grew up playing games, as most people who get into games do. Like, my brother played a lot. And being brothers, it's like a competitive nature, I suppose. So I first got into, I would say I first got into competitive gaming with Halo 2 on the Xbox, the original Xbox. That's where I would play after school, finish at 3 o'clock, I think school used to finish, play until 12 every day. So I played a lot of that, and then they had clan matches, so I developed a close group of friends from school. We would play together. And back then, esports it was a thing, but it wasn't as it is today. So I would spend my time on YouTube watching montages. You don't really get them as much anymore these days because we've got streaming and Twitch and stuff like that. So not as many people make montages, but I used to spend a lot of time watching players, kind of wanting to be like them. So I would just play. From those group of friends, that got me involved. We kind of, as we got older, we progressed to different games. So from there, we went on to play for to play COD, the first Modern Warfare. That was the game where I went technically professional. I was sponsored, and I was playing in tournaments across the UK. So my team from Halo, we transitioned to COD together as a team. We played there, and it was just kind of luck, really. You know, play and play and play, and then the better you got, the more recognition you got in the forums, and people would say, you know, have you seen this player, etc., etc. And then we were approached by, I don't think they're a team anymore, but they were VVV, Vincent, something they were called. They were quite a big team at the time for esports. They offered our team to kind of merge with them, and that kind of got me thinking, like, if a team as big as that want to recruit 4 people like that most people haven't heard of, that's got to say something about us. So we formed our own team, Team V, it was called. I don't know why, just what we called it. So we went to a lot of local tournaments. We went to like national tournaments like Birmingham, London. We went to one called Matchbox in Birmingham at the NEC. Had all the best teams in the UK there. At the time it was Reason, Logic, and a team called BSE, called a bit of something extra. We technically finished 5th, but Logic and Reason, who were like the best pro teams at COD at the time in the UK, had 2 teams each. So we managed to beat both of their second teams, but lost to the third, so that's where the placement happened. And then after that, we were approached by an agent, I guess, who wanted us to branch the team out into different categories. So we recruited a Gears of War team, we had a second COD team, we had a Halo team. So it was kind of like a little mini organisation. We got to go and play on TV, a TV channel called X League TV, which was really cool. We went to London for the day, and it kind of just snowballed from there. Went from game to game to game until here I am, 26. Kind of got to focus more on life now, so I don't have as much time to put into it as I did, which sucks. But
now the fight's going to be breaking out in earnest. Provo's going to be taken down before he can do anything. Napon now having to try to turn this fight right back around. Ramune going to be taking a whole lot of damage. One more spider bite, grabbing the double kill.
They better be chanting Napon again after that.
Listen to it, man. You can hear it.
That's the thing with trying to go pro. You have no idea how much time you have to put in. They spend 5, 10, 15 hours a day, every day, playing to get that good. And that's how it was with me in the top 10 European guild, which required that amount of dedication. When you have to put that much time into something like that, your real life suffers. It definitely has an effect on you. And I have no regrets about anything that happened, because it's what I loved doing. But it's not as easy or as fun as people think. It's just playing video games. If you want to be the best, then you put in a lot of work, and then I mean it's worth it when you get there. I mean, I'm not at the level I wanted to be, but I'm happy I can say to people I was a professional. I earned a living doing it for a period of time, and that's pretty good.
The Turkish lineup have been able to pick up a win here against Red Cannons to go 3-0 in Group A, day 1 of MSI play-ins.